Just like we had a mole map, we also have a stoichiometry map. So it's a helpful tool. Some may need it, some may not. We will fill it in as we go. Today we're going to hang out in the moles of the given to the moles of the unknown, which when we look at that conversion factor, it becomes the coefficient of the given with the unit of moles on the bottom and the coefficient of the unknown with the unit of moles on the top. There's what your conversion factor looks like. So taking a look at our first problem using our mole map is how many moles of aluminum will react with 0.512 moles of hydrogen chloride. So before we even get started, we need to balance our equation. Take a moment, pause the video, and try to balance. Did you get 2 aluminum plus 6 HCl, which is our hydrogen chloride, makes 2 aluminum chloride plus 3 H2. Remember, these coefficients are now our moles. So let's go back to the problem and identify our given and our unknown. I automatically see here 0.512 moles of hydrogen chloride. Now being able to pick out which one is hydrogen chloride, right there. So then our unknown, how many moles of aluminum? So our moles of aluminum is right here. So let's take a moment and fill in the blanks. So our given is our 0.512 moles of HCl. Fill in the unknown blank. Our unknown is moles of Al. The pathway is simply moles of given to moles of unknown. So you can see our moles of our given to our moles of our unknown. So we are going to again use the conversion factor that we see below. So start by setting up your problem, your 0.512 moles of HCl. Then we have to multiply by our conversion factor. So we have the coefficient of our given mole on the bottom. So the coefficient is 6 moles of HCl. So on the bottom, I am going to write 6 moles of HCl. My unknown coefficient, so my aluminum, in front I have 2 moles of aluminum. So my unknown is going to be 2 moles of Al. As we go, remember, cancel units. Moles of HCl will cancel. So my math is going to be 0.512 times 2 all over 6. I calculate that answer and I get a final number and unit of 0.17. My final unit is moles of Al. Using the same reaction from the other page, so we carried over our coefficients. We have 2 Al plus 6 HCl makes 2 AlCl3 plus 3 H2. Remember, these are our moles. How many moles of hydrogen, so that's my unknown, how many moles of hydrogen can be formed from 0.512 moles of hydrogen chloride? So now take a moment and see if you can fill in the given and the unknown. Did you get that your given was 0.512 moles of HCl? Great job. Did you get that your unknown was moles of H2? Fantastic. So how did I know that here it was HCl when it said hydrogen chloride? So you see you have hydrogen in 2 different compounds. You want the one that has hydrogen and chloride, so that's the HCl. Same with the mole of H2. It says moles of hydrogen gas. So I need to identify that the H2 is my only hydrogen gas. This is my hydrogen chloride. So we have to pay particular attention now to which element we are picking from a compound or the element by itself. So identifying element versus compound in these different chemical reactions. Now see if you can fill in the pathway. Did you get moles of a given? And you'll see sometimes the term moles of known will be used instead. Given and known mean the same thing. So if you want to put a little note to yourself that up here, this can also mean known. Okay, that may be a good idea. You'll see it different places meaning different things. And then the moles of unknown. So that's the only pathway we're taking today. So let's set up our problem. We have our 0.512 moles of HCl. Then we're going to need to multiply by a conversion factor. Can you set up this conversion factor before I do? Give it a chance. Pause the video. Your denominator, which is the number on the bottom, should be your 6 moles of HCl. Your numerator, which is the number on top, should be your 3 moles of H2. That came right from the equation. So then canceling my units, I'm left with moles of H2. I do the math, I get 0.512 times 3 all over 6. When I calculate this out, I get a final number of 0.256 moles of H2. So you can see that moles of H2 came from there. Please, please, please reach out. This is just the start. All we're going to do is add the mole map on either side of the problem and get from mass to mass, mass to mole, mass to volume, and all that fun stuff. Your assessment for this topic is going to be very similar to your assessment for the mole unit. So please, please make sure you're getting help. And also get outside, enjoy that weather. Don't spend too much time on this today. We'll have some more days to practice this. There's only one more new thing after this. Take care.